So there's been many goals and many dreams that I have wanted and want to achieve in life. And throughout these years, I've realized that it is more than just having dreams and having goals. It's really about the execution side of things. And whether it is me, having a dream of being an NFL athlete or being a business owner, throughout these times, there's always been obstacles where I've always felt like giving up, or I've always felt like, maybe I would rather just sit and watch TV. And, you know, this is really a good time to really talk about this just because there's New Year's resolutions and there's probably a lot of people who aren't doing them anymore. And, I remember just planning a lot of the things out when it comes to my business and being excited. And during that planning phase, there's just so much optimism. I was excited about where this business could go, the things I can achieve, the things I can do once I fulfill the things I want to achieve. But then things start getting hard. I'm really tired. Certain days where I don't want to do it. I would rather watch TV, watch Netflix. There's days where I'd rather just stay in bed instead of going to work out. And those are really the times where you was like, maybe it's not worth doing all those things. I could do it tomorrow. What is it? Just taking a day off, I can always just start tomorrow. And then you just continue to go on this cycle of starting again, starting again, and starting again. But a lot has changed, not only within this past year or two, but just after I read this book called The 12-Week Year. And within this book, it talks about the emotional cycle of change. And there's 5 phases within this cycle. And I'll have like a photo like right here or something to where you guys can actually have a visual of what that looks like. But the first phase is the uninformed optimism. This is the planning phase. This is where you're excited about the things that you want to achieve and the goal that you want to achieve. And so you plan it out, you have some music or something, you're hyped up. There's a bunch of dopamine in your body and you know exactly what you're going to do in order to get to that goal. But you don't know what it will take to get to that goal. And so after that, there's phase two, which is the informed pessimism phase. Here, you're slowly beginning to see the price that will actually take in order to achieve this goal. And at this point, people tend to question, is it worth it? Is it worth my time? What was it actually like before this? Was it even that bad? And then it gets even worse, where we go into the third phase, which is the valley of despair. Here, you really see how much it's going to take in order for you to achieve the things that you want to achieve. The finish line seems so far away, and you're like, man, is it even worth it? And this is where a lot of people give up. And where they give up is where they begin to go back into the first phase, which is the uninformed optimism. It's way more fun. And so, with that, if you're able to stay strong and to continue to fight, you go into this fourth phase, which is called the informed optimism phase. You're excited because you're beginning to see change within yourself. You're beginning to become the person who you really want to become or wanted to become throughout this process. And then after that, the last phase, which is the success and fulfillment phase. You're happy. You're finally there. You're finally at the finish line. You became the person who you wanted to achieve. The hard work that you were tired of doing becomes natural to you. It becomes who you are, and you're beginning to walk as a new person. With that, I hope this information helped you to understand maybe the cycle that you're even on right now, where you wanted to achieve something so bad, but then you gave up. Well, what I ask for you is to keep on going and try again. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment down below And tell me if you like these kind of videos, if you don't, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.